Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairy Muppet. Welcome back to another Hairy Masters. We've finally got out of the habit of saying Daily Masters at the start of each video, which was like literally hardwired into my brain after, I don't know, was it a year and a half of constantly casting them? So we are playing a Hairy Masters here, and it is going to be a TvZ. So up the top right side of the map is Mr. VortiX. He is 21 years of age, from Spain, played for Team Millennium. Now, he's not teamless. I think he's actually stopped playing Starcraft 2 professionally. He's moved on to Heroes of the Storm, the awesome card-playing game, and he's playing for Team Liquid on that. So, yes, moved from Starcraft onto the card game, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, Heroes of the Storm, the fact that it's, like, technically, like, literally an esport now is pretty awesome, because, I don't know. I wasn't sure when it first started whether it would be big, but yeah, it's definitely big, so that's awesome. And his opponent up the top left side of the map, just for your info, this game is, yeah, quite a bit old. I don't know if they're releasing the replay pack for WCS Season 1 for 2015. When they do, I'll start checking that out, but I haven't seen anything yet. So if it is out, and I haven't realized it, then please let me know. Up the top left side of the map is Mr. JJAKJI. He is 21 years of age, from South Korea, plays for the My Insanity team, and he's been playing there for ages, like almost 2 years now. In August, I think it'll be 2 years. So very, very awesome stuff here. And yeah, he's going to be looking very, very good. I don't know. I don't know what I've been playing, but this zoom suddenly seems incredibly awesome. Like, I've not been doing too much StarCraft lately, but this zoom is just, it's like so much detail. I think I've been playing so much Clash of Clans on my iPad, and Clash of Clans is just, it's a hilariously addictive game, but when you compare the textures and the terrain and all that to StarCraft, suddenly you look back at StarCraft and you're like, oh my god, this is so awesome. Look at the texture on the ground, look at all this ground stuff on the ground. It's so awesome. And I've been playing Borderlands 2 as well a lot, and that's all cell shading, so you don't get this much incredible. Alright, we're gonna have to zoom in here. No, it looks like shit now. When you zoom in like that, it starts to look like crap. When you zoom out, it looks freaking awesome. And when you zoom out even further, it looks even more awesome. Oh man, I would love to be a Blizzard developer and be designing all these textures and stuff and just laying them over, and it'd be like, oh, I love like just games where you do like ground textures and stuff like that. I did a bit of landscape computer generated stuff in uni, and it was so much fun, but I never did anything this good, obviously. So yes, looks like Mr. JJAKJI getting out those Hellions nice and fast. Overlord actually coming across, and do we have Overlord speed? We do. Very, very interesting early upgrade choice from Mr. VortiX, but it does pay off somewhat here because he did get a full scout of the main base. I assume it's a full scout. Yes, he did see both NG bays. He saw everything there. So, wow, what am I doing? Yeah, usually you wouldn't get that full scout, but he did get it. Whether or not it was worth the upgrade, I think, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he saw 3 barracks, he saw a factory, he saw no starport, which I'm sure is going to be very, very interesting to him. And I don't believe we've actually got one yet. So, no, the first starport just coming out now. So that's pretty awesome. VortiX, on the other hand, what is he going for? What do we see around here? We do have Ling Speed. We do have a Roach Warren, which is nice. We've got a Baling Nest. We've got a Lair coming up. So just a bit of everything going on. We've got a nice income advantage for Mr. VortiX, which I'm sure he's very happy about. And yeah, pretty standard. I mean, the starport, a little bit later than I would have thought, but he's got a ton of barracks out, and I'm sure he's got a ton of units out. No, not too much. He's been pushing hard on the workers. Now he's starting to get stuff, because now he's got those 3 barracks. So it was very much a get the tech out before he really started building anything. I suppose that's why you get the Hellions out, because the Hellions don't do a lot, but they allow you to really get a bit of map control, and then you can build 3 barracks and then get them all fitted out with the reactors and the tech labs without having to worry about actually building marines and stuff to defend against roaches and all that other sort of crazy crap, which is nice. And it definitely works out a lot better if you're able to go straight in for the tech structures as opposed to having to get defenses out at the same time and worry about that. So JJAKJI in a very, very good spot. He's actually been pushing out the upgrades really hard with those early NG bays. He's got 1-1, 2-2 on the way. Shields are on the way. I believe he does have Stim, yes. And we're just waiting for Marauder slow, but probably not that important because Marines are probably going to be the name of the game for a lot of this. Although once he sees the roaches out now, so yeah, definitely. Oh, got a very nice drop here. I don't think he was expecting to see a base here. I think maybe he was going for the main, but he got down there, he took out some creep, very nice, and now he's going to go for the main. But VortiX, of course, knows that he is coming, and oh man, JJAKJI actually landing those guys a little bit more than I would have thought. I thought he would have seen the bailings and stuff, and he would have just said, nope, no way, I'm out of here. But he did decide to land a few of them, and did in fact lose a few of them, which is not good at all. Look at this queen out in the middle of nowhere. Get that queen. No, he's got some reinforcements. Oh, this is not good. JJAKJI, I think he's I think he's going to have to run here. I think he's really going to have to run. I think he's definitely outmatched in this army. Manages to save all the Triple M, and the Hellions, of course, can run out of there or drive out of there very, very fast, so they're not too worried. Although the Lings, yeah, a little bit of a worry. But he's sticking out there. He's holding on to the watchtower. VortiX really, really wants to push him off this watchtower, but he isn't quite going to be able to do it. There's too many Hellions for those Lings to deal with. And with the Hellions there, the Lings can't get the beautiful surround on the Triple M, which means you can't really take them down. The Banelings are just too slow. But we've got Mutas coming out over this base. We do have one missile turret here. Very, very nice. The missile turret is enough to actually send these guys out of here. Couple of Marines coming out. Look at these 4 Marines coming out exactly at the same time. So some beautiful timing from JJAKJI getting those Marines out. Otherwise he might have, I don't know, like, I don't think they could have killed a barracks in any amount of time with just Muta attacks. But oh, going in very deep here actually. JJAKJI firmly within this massive amount of creep. He's going to lose a tank for it. He's going to lose a whole bunch of Triple M. That was very, very deep into VortiX's territory, trying to get to this base. He did manage to get to it. He did put a little bit of a hurting on the extractor, but he lost so much doing that. And I'm not sure if he really destroyed a whole bunch of VortiX's army. And even if he did, I mean, killing a few Lings, nobody really cares. The fact is, he lost a tank, and I'm not sure what he actually got out of it by losing that tank. So we'll have to see. I mean, he's cleared up the creep, and the creep is slowly receding, which is nice, but obviously he needs to wait a little bit longer for that creep to recede just a little bit more before he actually decides to push this position. Because this is a great position. The third base is over there. He's got there. You just got to wait for the creep to get out of there. And then once this tank is no longer on creep, once the creep ends around this area, then he can start to do a lot more. Then he can start to do quick pushes over here. He's sort of going a little bit farther, a little bit faster ahead of schedule, and he is going to be losing the tank. Yeah. He may have lost that tank anyway, moving over there, but oh, the Muta's really chasing these guys, dropping down some Widow Mines. Oh, the Widow Mines not really hitting the Muta pack, but is getting some ground forces. And there we go, some Marines left at the end. Still some Banelings on the ground, though. He's got to be very, very careful of those Banelings. But once there are Marines out on the field and the Banelings are all dead, then suddenly VortiX just has to back off because the Mutas do not last that long against Marines, obviously. So got a nice little stim here. The Roaches are going to be chased away. And JJAKJI is, yeah, he's doing alright. He's got another missile turret over here. Although if the Muta numbers keep going up like they're going up, we're going to see critical density of Mutas, and then missile turrets will not be able to stop them. No way. Oh, the Widow Mines. No, it's just not going to happen. They're pretty close to reaching critical density, I think. Critical mass of Mutalisks. Now, nice little bit of attack going on here. These guys on JJAKJI is quite a bit scared here. He needs to think about, yeah, putting down some more missile turrets, having missile turrets covering other missile turrets, and I think that would definitely help him out here. But VortiX feeling very confident with the Muta numbers. He is 84 over 80, so JJAKJI, his macro is nothing to be sneezed at. There we go, 3 missile turrets. This is beautiful. I love it, but it's not enough. The Muta just go through and cream everything. The Banelings coming through just to sort of force these guys apart. Meanwhile, the Mutas are just destroying everything. absolute carnage here. Absolute carnage. How many workers did he just destroy? A decent amount. 30 lost. That's actually quite a lot. We're 84 over 50 now. I think all of those workers just got destroyed by the mutas. And the mutas coming in, I don't know what they're coming in for anymore. Hoping to pick something off, but there's not really much left for them to take care of. And JJAKJI is going to have to mule himself back into this game, I think, because his economy just got majorly hit. And this gap, 150 to 180, that's all workers, I'm pretty sure. He's actually up on the army, but so many workers going down. The mutas going in once again. There's almost nothing that can stop them at this point. We do have a beautiful little attack here, going in nice and deep. I think JJAKJI's inability to take out this third base, because he tries for it so often, but he just hasn't been able to take it out, and that's really, I think, what he needed to do at some point. I mean, he didn't need to do it, but I think that would have been the stepping stone for him to jump into this game and say, this is a game that I can take out. But he never got there. He got close a few times, but he never got there. And VortiX said, yeah, you know what? You can't touch me. I've got mutas now. I've got a massive army. You can't touch my bases, but I can go out and just sort of mess you up all over the place. And that's exactly what he's done so far in this game. And I'm not sure that JJAKJI has an answer at the moment. He's going for some things. He's trying to keep his economy up, but yeah, he's so far behind. Needs to get a ton more workers out, but he is muling it up at the moment. So is bad on the gas. Even with mules, his economy is a little bit funky. He's going out here. Can the mutas do the DPS? No, they are going to snipe one Widow Mine, but the rest of them do force the mutas away, which is very awesome. So there we go. Excellent stuff. Muta's going to come in again, but 4 Widow Mines. That is what I like to see from Mr. JJAKJI. He is not messing around anymore. He's like, enough is enough. Screw you, VortiX. Alright, screw your mutas. This is how it's going to be. I'm going to put down 4 Widow Mines. If you come anywhere near me, I am going to kill your whole freaking army. Beautiful. Manages to snipe the hatchery there. That's a nice little snipe. Not critical to VortiX yet, but they're definitely knocking him back, definitely taking him down a peg, which is very nice to see. Look at this Marine, man, just keeping an eye out, and VortiX obviously knew that was there because it was standing on the creep, but yeah, it's a nice little arrangement there. And this 4th base is going to be in an interesting position. I mean, it's on the low ground against this cliff. It's got this nice little passage right there, and I can definitely see why JJAKJI is worried. And oh my god, this could be the end of the game right here. Look at all these workers going down. He's already down from a previous attack of this sort. He just went down even further. It's another 10 workers lost or something, 10, 15. He's been pushing back up, so he's now back to about 55 workers, which is not going to be fun. He is building 4 at a time at the moment, 3 or 4 at a time, which is good. And here we go, starting to see some Thors, which is very nice. And this, when we start seeing a lot of Thors, this is when, oh, look at them coming straight back in. VortiX, absolutely tenacious, knows that the mutas are so much faster than the Triple M, knows that he can just worm his way around them. He can even go right up the top and sort of take the high road up the air. But look at this counter attack going on. Will JJAKJI manage to do anything here? He's going to be forcing the workers away, which is nice. He's got, yeah, Triple M. He's got a whole bunch of Widow Mines. Here comes the attack. Are we going to see a lot of damage here? We are going to see a lot of damage. Widow Mines doing great work on the ground forces. This guy 3 kills. This guy 0 kills. Maybe they didn't do that good a job, actually. But I feel like they did pretty good. And we got a nice little drop attack down here, taking out this hatchery. So JJAKJI may not have been able to do much on the 3rd, but he's doing an excellent job on the 4th and 5th base. And this is a pretty terrible blow, actually, because the expansion is nearly down. The 3rd base starting to look a little bit sketchy, and the 4th and the 5th base have both got demolished. So this right here is where JJAKJI could potentially turn it around. And VortiX does not want that to happen. He's just moving out at warp speed, going out there, taking out those workers straight away. Does get hit by a couple of Widow Mines. Nice that they managed to hit him, but If they were over there, it would have been a little bit nicer. So yes, that is going to be hurting VortiX quite a bit. You can see his economy has gone down. He hasn't lost a ton of workers, but without the hatcheries, his economy looking a little bit sketchy. Both players maxed out at the moment, but of course, JJAKJI has a bigger army because he has less workers, so it might actually work out for him in the long run. Yeah, there we go. So still, yeah, he's on 4 bases at the moment. This base he's got actually a sensor tower out. Well, he had a sensor tower out, and there we go, the mutas. The missile turret's giving the workers time to get away from there, so they're not doing much damage to the mutas, but if they're buying time for the workers to run, then I gotta say that's probably worth rebuilding them every single time. Here we go, 6 missile turrets. I don't know if it's gonna stop the mutas, but yeah, why not? Oh, those widow mines are so close to hitting everything. Nice little drop here. They'd love to get the hatchery down again, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So close, that hatchery is on the point of just falling over at the moment. And the problem is the mutas spend most of their time over here harassing this base, so far away from defending this base, and it takes them so long to get there. I mean, he gets the lings over there nice and quickly, but as we saw, lings, it still takes them a little while to take out those guys. Chasing after the muta numbers, 4 missile turrets going nuts. The mutas take out 3 of them and then run away. So apparently 4 or 5 missile turrets is what is needed. Did they see this command center? Did the mutas catch that? Not 100% sure, but oh, he'd love to get this overseer. Kill the overseer, and then you can no longer spot the widow mines, and that would be pretty nice. Starting to see some ultras coming out, starting to see all the massive upgrades from both players. So we got 1 weapons on the vehicles, of course 3-3 on here. We got 3-3 on these guys. The mutas have 3-1, actually 2 armor coming up as well, and these guys are fully upgraded. So those ultras are going to be very, very, very awesome. What do we have for marauders? Only 8 marauders at the moment. So it's going to be interesting. The Thor's not beautifully suited to really dealing with those Earths. Did we just see a ton of workers go down? I think we saw a fair amount go down. It's down to 43. We got another nice little drop over here, hoping to snipe this. Actually, it looks like you already sniped this before. Maybe those guys ran away after sniping it, and now it is coming back up. But they're going to go down, and they're going to finish the job for the 700th time. The Overlord does see this base. We've got the mutas coming across. He's in the middle. He's been a little bit outmoved. And there we go. The mutas coming. I mean, muta harassment is basically the name of the game here. They're absolutely doing a crazy amount of damage. There they go. Going straight up to the main. Not really much to attack her unless they go for buildings. And they've got almost enough mutas to actually be thinking about going for buildings. Here we go. This base going down. They did manage to destroy this again, or force it to cancel. And they're going to do it. Yes, absolutely doing it. His income is almost non-existent right now. VortiX has got absolutely nothing. He's got a decent army, but even that decent army is starting to show some holes here. Look at these mutas. I mean, JJAKJI can afford to lose Marines. VortiX cannot afford to lose mutas, not at this stage of the game. His minerals are completely in the toilet, and he's starting to move away from being maxed out. He's not sticking at that point. He's starting to move away from it, which is not good. Although that many workers just died, we're now 20 under 52. So VortiX has all the workers. JJAKJI has not all the bases, but he's got a decent amount of bases. And yeah, the ultras came in, owned that thing. And if VortiX can destroy this base, take out the remaining workers, then we're going to see some pain on JJAKJI's side. And VortiX, of course, is already seeing... Actually, they're both seeing quite a lot of pain. They're both in quite a lot of pain at the moment. Here we go, ultras. We're seeing a bunch more marauders coming out. That's nice. Was he sacking those workers? I don't think he's sacking those workers because he's not anywhere near maxed out. So I don't think he'd be sacking workers. Here we go. Marines sort of, kind of not really surviving that battle. And the marauders sort of trying to do something here, but... It does look like VortiX did win that battle, although a ton of medevacs survived there as well. So they're going to be great support on these guys. We've got the mutas coming over, but I don't think we got a critical mass. No critical mass in sight. Those mutas are just a few seconds away from being torn apart by missile turrets. And I don't think he's going to get up to a critical mass anytime soon. So VortiX is just going to be focusing on getting a mining base up. and that's it. And we're going to see seeing the same thing from JJAKJI. We got the command center coming down. We got the mutas coming out. They see the Marine. They're not going to be following this command center all the way over there. So nice decision from JJAKJI, going that extra mile to go right down into the corner. And yeah, VortiX did not scout it. He's not going all the way down in the corner, but he is going for this one, which is nice. Now he's just got to get some more workers down there. Yeah, because his bases, he's still got 2 fully mining bases, which is nice. Mr. VortiX only has 1, which is not good. And his economy, yeah, look at that. He's just muling the crap out of everything, and that is definitely keeping him in the game. But gas, of course. I mean, both players have a very decent amount of gas saved up. So they just got to work with that. So here we go. This thing gets taken out. You got this one, and oh man, you know that JJAKJI is going to be wiping this base out ASAP, and he's sort of keeping this one as insurance. But I mean, we've seen that JJAKJI sort of perches up here to take this base out, so he is going to be probably aware of this one when the time comes. So let's have a look. Oh, a bit of lag. That's not good. What do we got for the army? 3 ultras, 11 banelings, 10 mutas, 33 lings. Versus, that's a decent amount of Marines. We got a very decent amount of medevacs, so he's going for a pretty strong Triple M army. I don't think he's building Thor. No, he is still building Thors. He's still obviously a little bit worried about the mutas, because I'm not sure what else the Thors could really be good at. Maybe putting a little bit of pain on the Ultras, but the Marauders are so much better at killing Ultras than the Thors are. So, yeah, just getting the Triple M out. I mean, the fact that his economy is still doing a pretty good job really is keeping him in the game. And JJAKJI, I mean, army 153 over 85. That is what I'm talking about. And Mule's really pulling Mr. JJAKJI through at the moment, because his workers are just crap. And here we go. Base goes down. Is he going to go for the other one? I think he must realize that it is there. The mutas coming around. Mutas are not going to last any long. They're going to have to be pulled back. We've got a couple of ultras coming in here and the rest of the lings, but Marauders should be able to take care of this bloody ultra. They're just worried about the banelings. I think we're going to be seeing the victory right here. The ultras are going down. There's no more lings left. The mutas are actually doing a lot because there's no Marines over here. Where are the Marines? I think they may all be dead. No, there's a little group over there, but they managed to take out the hatchery. And here we go, a whole bunch of Marines coming in as reinforcements, and the mutas just, oh man. They're trying, but I don't think it's going to happen here. I mean, his economy is 0, absolutely 0. He's got 23, so he's got these mutas right here, and I do not believe he can win the game with these mutas. He can take out some mules, he can slow Mr. JJAKJI down a little bit, but that is all he can do. And all he can do is long distance mine with his 15 workers, because he can't even build a hatchery at the moment. So JJAKJI, sensing that he has got a critical amount of damage on VortiX, that VortiX is pretty much done, goes in for the final kill, goes in for the throat, and VortiX gives the GG. So absolutely beautiful stuff. And yeah, man, I don't know. JJAKJI getting back into this game, absolutely awesome stuff. I wasn't sure that he was going to be able to, because there were just so many mutas on the map. Such an insane amount of mutalisks. But, I mean, VortiX, I mean, it's the thing that the Zerg do fall to more often than you'd think. It's just they're just their macro is just too much. They just go too much macro. And I'm not saying they go too much macro, if you know what I mean. I'm not saying they build too many workers, but I'm just saying that in a natural state, the Zerg economy is usually higher than the Terran economy. They've got more workers, they've got more bases, so they chew through resources faster. And now, where's my units lost thing? So this, and it's not too bad, 45 over 39, so it's not serious. I mean, that's probably natural considering that VortiX lost the game. So he wasn't like throwing units into a meat grinder like some people do, which chews up an insane amount of resources. I don't think VortiX was throwing units into the meat grinder, but just naturally the way he played it, the way that all Zerg pretty much play it, you got more workers, you tend to mine through your bases faster, and then you have to get the ones on the external extremities and stuff like that. I mean, look at this, the end of the game, and JJAKJI was still mining some stuff at his third base. No, that's his fourth base, sorry. His third base was dead. So he's still mining some stuff at his fourth base. And I'm sure that VortiX would have mined this out if he had managed to keep it up. But of course, JJAKJI, man, he just went for the bases. He just concentrated on going for those bases, taking the hatcheries out, and it really, really did an awesome job. So that's it. Game done. Thank you very much for watching this awesome game. And I will catch you guys next week with another one. Stay tuned for that.